welcome. It is Monday again, which means we're playing Rise of Tiamat, which is a 5th edition module that I run out of the Tyranny of Dragons campaign. As you can probably tell by now, it's all mainly flourished. So, embellished.
It is a wonderful game.
Heavily embellished. in case you couldn't tell from our last game. But anyway, with that, do we have any special announcements as I readjust my seat?
It is holiday season. Please don't be jerks. Also, please learn how to drive on the freeway. You're not that important.
That's never happening. Well, you ask for too much when you ask for people to learn how to drive.
I know, but I can
Look,
hope. I can hope and dream.
I like to tell myself that we're all panicking on the inside when we're driving, so...
Yeah.
Anyway. But yes, it is now the holiday seasons, not just Christmas holidays, as there are many more besides just Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And as a former retail worker and as a current food service worker, if I hear about anyone being a dick to people on the holidays that work in, customer service related jobs, I will go to your house and take your kneecaps.
You need.
And I will hang them on my Christmas tree.
They're mine now. My ornaments.
Mine. So just remember that. Anyway, if that's all. Also, I believe it was a note saying that it is also National Dice Day, which is fun.
Yeah.
We're playing a game that has dice, so look at us celebrating.
Celebrating the holidays.
Totally intentional. Look at that.
It's the real holiday.
The real holiday.
It's the only holiday that matters.
Yeah.
Where's my Starbucks cup that says National Dice Day? Please and thanks.
I'm gonna riot.
So, with that, if there's no more announcements, all the links are in the thing. Go look at them. With that, let's do introductions, hi, I'm Vic. I will be your DM for the evening and current spawn of hell. I have a nickname at work, and I don't think it's affectionate, but I am very consistently known as the devil with the man bun, so there you go. That's a fun fact for today.
Tell your coworkers to stop hitting on you.
Honestly. So it's like, please, sir, madam, I am exclusive.
This is a professional environment.
This is a professional environment. I'm going to need you to be a little more, have a little more decorum, please.
Or at least give me a raise.
But, don't stop. I need it for my ego. And that it's non-existent. Please, you have to feed it. It's starving. So, anyway, next to me, hey, Tabby, who are you playing?
I'm exclusive.
Deserves a clap. That's good.
Jesus, she really went in there and she went, this is mine, I peed on it, you cannot have.
Wow. Look, you don't have to tell us about what y'all do when you're not on camera, okay?
There is a lesbian bar in Houston that has a sign that says, I licked it, so it's mine. And my friend told me and yelled at me, said, hey, come here, let me lick you. I'm like, no.
Don't, nobody lick me, please.
No licking.
Standards.
Anyway, no. You do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, what's up? What are you doing?
Not on camera, Vic. I wouldn't do that on camera.
No.
Anyways, hi everybody, I am Tabatha. I will be playing Patient/Rosemary, the Tiefling Ranger/Sorcerer.
Oh, you lost somebody.
Congrats on that, by the way.
What?
I was just saying congrats on having a character that's alive right now.
Hey.
That's gonna go for everyone.
Oh.
But when I say it to Lynn, I will say my condolences. So, anyway. Hey,
let the man die.
I was about to say, did Lynn just hang up?
Oh my.
Well, you are present, so it might happen today.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, God. Here
So,
we go
anyway.
again.
Yeah, Jesus, who are you playing
Hey, Hey, I'm playing Tarsius Chadington, a good boy who is trying to be a good heckin' boy. He's a Minotaur barbarian who has a big axe and doesn't have any anger issues. You have anger issues.
It's like my therapist says I have anger issues, but then my therapist is dead wrong. And it's okay
Or
to
just
do that.
dead.
I mean, their home was burnt down, so I think I proved them wrong.
Yeah. Would a person with anger issues burn down your house? No. There you go. Okay, so it looks like Jeremiah has lost internet, which is unfortunate.
Yes, so has...
So we'll get back to him and his...
There we go, we got it.
Nope!
Okay.
Nope!
I'm not allowed.
Hush. Anyway, it's like what you guys do next may greatly alter how this game goes. So, hey, currently in the running for most traumatized. Hey, Sydney, who are you playing today?
In the running?
In the running,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
kind of neck and neck right now with this whole team.
That's fair. Hi, I'm Sydney. I will be playing Nicodemus the Hawkins, the human rune knight, who is currently living his tragic backstory.
Because
Poor
if
guy.
if you don't start your D&D campaign with a tragic backstory, that's okay. That just means your D&D campaign is your tragic backstory now.
One will be provided for you.
Consensually, of course.
Consensually, yes.
And speaking of consent, hey,
Oh, that... These transitions are on point today.
hey,
I know, I was
Lynn.
about to say, I love this.
Yep.
Yeah. I will be playing Larkspur, the Tiefling Cleric of Minotaur.
The god of suffering. And boy, is he suffering. So, she didn't have to, but I heard the sigh.
I heard it through the screen.
It was there in spirit.
I heard
And so, do we have a Jeremiah back?
I don't hear him.
I heard a Jeremiah return. Oh, okay.
I
Well,
hear-
while you're finding your way back into the void, hey Jeremiah, who are you playing?
I am playing Chadington Cordelia. That's backwards. I was trying to stall.
You did it.
and
You
then
did it
I-
in the Japanese honorifics.
Oh, okay.
You started with your last name
Yeah.
first.
Okay. Cordelia Chadington, fighter, rogue, blood hunter, Medusa.
Nice.
Also, I have a fun fact.
Oh my god.
Yes. What's your fun facts?
A fun fact: I love going outdoors.
Do you?
It's much safer than going out windows.
Jeremiah.
Uh,
Jeremiah, too
I
soon.
made it.
Jeremiah, too
I made it
soon.
in time. Sorry.
Too soon.
man. All right.
Shit.
Is that all the fun facts we have for the day?
Yeah, I made it in time. That's all that matters.
Jeremiah's like, my internet can give up again now. It's fine.
Okay, it's okay now.
All right. Jeremiah wasn't here when I made the initial announcement, but what you do from here on out will greatly, pivot how this game works. So, with
how
that,
much HP do I take?
all right. So with that, let's go ahead and roll that bean footage.
All right.
Yeah, happy holidays to you.
I had an inappropriate joke to make.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That's gotta wait.
Why
Oh,
not?
okay.
Is it too inappropriate?
Too inappropriate for Twitch.
It's pretty inappropriate, and
Alright.
I don't want
Put
us
it
to get.
put it in the Discord.
Yeah, let's do it there.
Put it in the Discord, and then
Say
it'll
less.
be everyone in God's
Less.
problem.
Alright, bet.
All right, show. Let's do recap as I sadly reminisce about being told I was getting a new oven this year from our budget meeting, and then being told, no, actually, you're not getting a new oven. We're going to give the banquets team a new tilt skillet because fuck you.
Love that.
That's fine. It's not like my oven's broken anyway. We don't need it to bake holiday treats for 2,000 people.
I mean, you can just
Anyway.
use a hair blower or something like that.
Yeah, totally. I'll
That's
just
hot
use the
enough.
one. I'll just use the one working rational that the banquets has.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do recap. I should get music on. Oh God, Sydney! I swear to God. Actually, no. We're gonna start it this way.
I'm done now.
I'm excited.
Yep.
I appreciated my little play on words there. You're all welcome.
So you were brought to Termish to rescue a red wizard by the name of Iskander, who's looking to defect from the cult of the dragon. Through some trials of loss, Hawk losing his entire hometown and his parents, and now sister, to the experimentations of the cult of the dragon, led by a small defected sect of red wizards that choose to worship Tiamat instead of Thay's chosen lich of the day. You made your way to Zonthal Tower after Helene was kidnapped by what looked to be a abomination that claimed was Tiamat. You made your way through the town that was overflowing with Cult of the Dragon members that were living there in kind of like a small like settlement to the Wizard Tower. You made your way through the labyrinth and made your way inside, found yourself some very justifiably good loot. You faced off against wizards, you faced off against abominations. You found Iskander, where he brokered his deal with you that you have to safely rescue him from the tower before he can give you the dragon mask. And after traversing through a shrine that was dedicated to mutilating people that Hawk had known since his childhood, a shrine that was once dedicated to a god of bards, then desecrated into a shrine for Mephistopheles, and in turn also Tiamat. You made your way through a hallway that acted like a pocket of the astral sea, knowing that one of the doors led to the Well of Dragons itself. You chased after Severin, who had made himself known and made it known that Helene would be waiting in the lower levels of the tower. You found the control room, which is a room dedicated to surveying different spots throughout the different planes in all of existence, while also being able to open gates to those specific areas if controlled by a accomplished enough wizard, to where Iskander helped you find your way into the time chamber, which is where Helene was being held. And with a bit of persuading and a bit of assurance that you would return, or no. If I recall, someone lifted something
Uh-huh.
from the wizard.
That she did.
Yes, Iskander said he would hold on to the blue dragon mask in order to make sure that you would come back for him. But, Rosemary, patience. You managed to successfully succeed on your sleight of hand, where you lifted this blue dragon mask from his bag and into your own bag. And now you carry the singular key that is needed to start the apocalypse.
No pressure.
As you guys make your way into the time chamber, Iskander having opened a gate for you, and beyond it, and beyond a set of iron doors, you find your way into what looks like another small shrine, heated by lava that drips from the walls. Your feet shift and kind of crack under, and the floor kind of cracks underneath you, as it is a floor that is made entirely of bones and skulls. And then on an altar, you see this massive, translucent, egg. And within it, a body. A body that writhes in pain and panic. And before this egg, you see Severin and the Null Priestess, Nolene, as well as 5 Abishais, each of a varying chromatic color, as they stand there waiting expectantly. And Hawk, you rushed forward to the egg. You ripped it open, knowing that your sister was inside. And when you reached for her, she reached back, and she grabbed you, and then threw you with more strength than you had ever known her to have. And when she emerged from this cocoon, you saw Helene. But you also saw Helene changed, deformed in the way that your fellow townspeople have been deformed into these draconic abominations, but hers seems more complete in a way, more stabilized, I suppose, where she stands with a crown of horns upon her brow, these massive leathery dragon-like wings affixed to her back, as she is wearing this dark iron plate armor. In one hand, she has this mace that looks to be constructed of bone and metal, and the skulls affixed to the head look to be that of it has 5 heads in total, and each skull represents a certain chromatic dragon. And on the other arm, she has this banded punch shield kind of braced, as she steps forward and looks out amongst all of you. And the last thing she said before we ended game last time was, "Well, not who you were expecting, was I?" As you were all standing in this chamber, as this heavy silence just kind of holds this room in a chokehold, I'm going to need everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw as she continues to speak. What did you get? Dirty 20. Okay.
Four.
That's a fail.
16.
That is a fail. All right, hold on. Let me pull up my stats.
Oh man.
So,
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh.
What'd you get,
It's a
Hawk?
1. Not a natural 1, but it's a 1.
Okay, so a non-natural 1.
Wisdom is our dump stat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so. Okay,
Oh man.
I'm going to say, if you did not get a 20, that is going to be a fail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so is that everyone?
Patience got a 20.
Or okay, we got one smart one.
Okay. Well, she is a spiteful little thing. So, as she'll step off the dais, and as she walks forward, if everyone except Patience, did you roll for Gren too? Roll for Gren. He is a creature that is not aligned with her. Oh, you're gonna hear the most pathetic little whimpers come from this dragon.
Oh,
Oh, no.
baby.
I know he doesn't pass, but I just wanted to see what his actual thing is.
I'll say, Hawk, as you sit on your rear,
No.
looking up at your sister, you've never, she's been your baby sister since day one. You've never had you've never had a reason to be afraid of her. She's Helene. She's the sweetest creature in all of existence. You knew there was never a mean bone in her body unless she meant it, unless she was really in her feelings, but you're looking up at her. And just the way she stares at you is just so unnaturally not your sister. She's prideful. She's something else entirely. And you look at these eyes, like these burning, fiery eyes that are looking at you, and your blood just runs cold. Everyone, you just feel this overwhelming presence of, as the realization dawns on you, as Cordelia, Tarsius, you've heard stories from your uncles about how they fought relentlessly to stop an avatar from being born in this world, to prevent, the reality of everything to collapse in on itself from their sheer amount of power. Lark, you've heard, you've heard like tales here and there, especially in studying of your priesthood, about how some gods can find the means to walk amongst the mortal realm in ways that are unseeming, but then there's some that when wanting to tip the scales into their favor will fabricate their own vessels to try and dominate the realm. And you get that sense that you all get that sense that this is what it is, that this is an avatar that is staring before you all. Which is so strange to be so scared of a girl that is naturally just so small. So, you knew her. You met her. She was so polite. She was so nice. She invited you into her home. She fed you. But now you look at her and all you feel is, am I going to die now? As she steps forward. It's rare for so many to see me in such a... And she'll kind of like put a hand to her chest, such an ugly state. Truly, I'm almost embarrassed. Despite my improvements, and she's kind of like regarding herself, like looking over herself, like critically in a way, like looking at her hands, her feet, kind of like stretching the wings and testing them. Despite my improvements to this weak creature, I doubt it will last long. As diligently as I've worked with Galvin to perfect this, it's not perfect. I can, even right now as I speak, I can feel its soul burning so brightly and screaming so painfully, desperately. It's like it can't handle such immeasurable power. I mean, it's not like one can simply force the sun to fit within a lantern. But this vessel will do what needs to be done. I would tell you to pray for her soul. But, truthfully, when I'm done here, in this realm, in this plane, there won't be any gods to pray to. No? You're not gonna roll your eyes? No? Roll me a performance.
Character growth.
Roll performance. What'd you get? Congratulations, you did not roll your eyes. You felt the need to, but you certainly did not.
You've been around Peapod and seen him as an avatar. Maybe that's the only reason why she's not freaking.
That is fair.
Patience decided not to cash any checks today.
And she'll continue. Gods like Lathander, Mistra, Eldath, Sylvanas, all of those soft-eyed fools. I don't know if you know this, but they've abandoned hope for your world. Trust me, they're going to try to wait me out. They'll close their doors, they'll hide their presence from this plane, and wait until I get bored, but it won't work, because I'll seek them out. And I will murder them. And then I'll wait for them to reincarnate, and then I'll murder them again. And one by one, their power will dwindle. They'll get weaker, frailer. There won't be anyone to worship them, to bolster their power. And she'll look at you, Lark. Pity. It seems Ilmater's hands will be busy with the thousands that will suffer. But I'm sure eventually his wary flame will be snuffed too. I have no room in this world for gods of lesser creatures.
He's gonna spit at her.
Oh!
Spicy!
Alright, is there anything you want to say?
No,
No?
just give a. He's not happy hearing any of that, so he's just kind of gonna give one of those good old spats to the ground at her feet.
And she'll kind of tilt her head at that. Cute. And like when she looks at you, like you can feel her eyes not just like burning at you, but into you, like reading every bit of who you are. And then she'll step forward again. Uh-huh. What's up? Oh,
To see this.
excuse
I was
me.
going to say, is there a map? That's exactly
There
what I
is.
was going to say.
I'm sorry. There's a map. My
You're
bad.
good.
I was in
You're
that
good.
monologue.
I was digging that theater of the mind, and that was an amazing monologue. But I was like, "Where's the map?"
But yeah, she'll step off the dais and to the Abishai, she'll say very flatly, and for anybody that knows Draconic, you just hear kneel. And they kneel. Like for those that have pole arms, they kind of like brace themselves on them. And then they'll all kneel, heads bowed, hands to their chest in respect to their goddess. And then she'll step forward again and doesn't even look at Severin. You too, priest. Joe, goodness. No, we didn't like that. Prove your devotion to me. Prove that you love me more than that wretched goddess you grew up with.
Tarsius is Tarsius in the frightened condition, like he can't move forward?
Yeah, you are all
Okay.
frightened, except for Patience, who is spiteful.
Uh,
Let me move Hawk right here.
Sweating God. So
What else is new?
I'm so
This
glad that
entire
Hawk is
family
frightened.
line. This entire family line is all about just that.
I'm so glad that Hawk is frightened because she's like, prove to me, and Hawk's like, please don't fuck each other in front of me. I really can't handle that right now. Please.
Well,
But he's
and
frightened,
if
so we're
anyone
not
wants
there.
to, they can roll insight.
sure.
wait, one more time?
Hey,
Roll insight if you'd like.
dirty 20.
17.
That's an 8 now.
17. What'd you get? Dirty 20. What'd you get, Cordelia?
Muted.
I'm gonna pass. I rolled a base 3.
Oh,
I don't
What'd we
need the
get, Lark?
pluses.
Lark's not checking.
oh, okay, that's fair. For Patience and Hawk, when she mentions the goddess, the former wretched goddess, you see Severin's jaw kind of set, and there's a beat of hesitation before he too also kneels. But he does more than the Abishai. He gets down onto both knees and puts his palms to the ground and bows his head until it's touching the dusty bones that make up the floor. As he says, "There is only ever one goddess for me, and that is you, my illustrious queen." And then she'll turn kind of slightly, but she's also not looking or regarding Nolene. And she says, "You two, dog. Kneel." I'm certain Zariel will understand. She's doing everything to get rid of me. She can sacrifice one little follower. After all, she's sacrificed so much. And you will see Nolene also have that beat of hesitation before she doesn't look at Tia. She doesn't bow her head like the others do, or much like how Severin is full-on kowtowing. And she just simply drops to one knee and just has a distant kind of gaze. And then finally she will approach all of you. As she... And Hawk, you're still on your butt on the ground.
Yep.
And she doesn't even look at you.
Of course she
As
doesn't.
she's looking straight at... And she's been looking at Lark this entire time. Forsake your god and kneel to me.
Go to
All
hell.
of you. I've been there. I still am. Would you like a taste?
Kind of want her attention on me, so Tarsius's knees weak and mom spaghetti and everything. Like, gotta try to speak up. Does it? Is the only way that you can get power by making others afraid of you? You can't get love on your own? You have to force it upon others? That's not love. That's subjugation. Which I know you know the difference. So, to me, that's kind of pathetic when you think about it. And I'm grabbing my sister and pushing her back with my tail.
So you shuffle your sister behind you.
Yeah, I'm like, eyes on me,
If you're
people
trying
leave.
to do it subtly,
I'm trying to.
If you're trying to do it subtly, I need you to roll me stealth.
Okay.
Yes.
The mirror one. Yes.
Dex, where are
What
you?
mirror?
Alright. +2.
Thing right that
Okay.
we walked through.
So these are the iron doors that you walked through. Do you know that the gate is beyond those doors? Oh, what'd you get, Tarsius?
17 total.
All right, so you kind of shuffle her behind you as you're talking, and again, her eyes are locked onto Lark's. And when she speaks, she's speaking to Lark. Well, so-called priest, if you don't mind, could you please heal your beast? I find it offensive that it speaks to me like that. This stain of the abyss.
Didn't realize you were so easily rattled.
And then I will need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Tarsius or Lark?
That was towards Tarsius, right?
So she's talking
Yeah, the
to
beast part.
so she's talking to Lark, but she is talking about Tarsius because he
Mhm.
was the one that just
Yeah.
spoke.
The 13.
That's rude.
So that is a fail. And here's what's going to happen. First, you are going to take 44 points of psychic damage.
Delightful.
Christ.
And there is going to be a moment where you're all standing there. And then the bones around Lark's feet shift.
Oh god.
And then you see these like bony, devilish looking hands, like several several pairs of them grab him by his boots, pulling onto his pants, and he starts to sink into the ground, and then he is gone. As you've
Goodbye.
been banished. You've been banished to Avernus.
Oh, fun.
And that is going to last. It's basically like a banish spell, so it's going to act like the banishment spell. So, but for now, from what you guys see, you just watched as Lark was pulled into hell. And Lark, for the next minute or so, or for the next however long that's going to take, you are going to be subjected to the effects of being in hell.
Does that entail?
Burning alive.
So good thing you're a tiefling.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do one Constitution save for you.
Okay. Eh. 17.
17. Okay, that's good. That is very good. Which I'm sure that's a disappointing thing for me to tell you. I'm sorry, Lark. Alright, so you're going to take half of a half because you're a tiefling, so you're already resistant. So, you are going to take 3 points of fire damage.
Okay.
as you are just bombarded with the chaos of hell, of the unending scream of tormented souls, of imps and devils cackling, of watching them torture these deformed looking creatures of like stitched flesh, and those that are like boneless in a way, and like you're going over this for like, it's just like this unending cycle of pure heated madness. Yes, Cordelia.
Um, kind of a little bit of backtrack, I guess.
Yes.
With um the Avatar basically calling my brother a beast,
Yes.
being rude. And
Very
then
rude. Yes.
when Tarsius kind of wrapped his tail around me to shuffle me to the back, I'm
Yep.
gonna kind of use my quick footing to kind of like do a little spin move to be kind of go to the other side of Tarsius, because trigger be triggers.
Yep.
And she will draw a sword, point it towards the Avatar. It's like, you don't mock us. You don't scare
Right.
me.
All right. Well, I'll say that
But
this
also,
happens right
yeah,
after Lark is shooped
yeah.
into hell.
When it's kind of like happened at the same time, and then I look at that, and then I look at the Avatar. I failed my save. I'm frightened.
Yeah.
But so my sword is drawn, but you see it like shaking. My voice is firm, but my eyes is scared, and my body is also scared. Like I'm shaking, but I'm trying to stand my ground because you don't call us beasts.
And she'll just smile at that. It's sad that you fail to embrace what you are, thinking that you're the same as these lesser humanoid creatures that have nurtured you into this false sense of identity. If you so wish, I can offer you pardon in my new realm. This will be a place where dragons will thrive. But only dragons that swear their allegiance to me, and even then, if it's not a dragon, but it is something wanting to flourish in this new world order, I can make exceptions.
Can I insight that?
Sure. What's Hawk, what are we doing in this moment?
Well, when she 86'd Lark,
Yeah.
he
86 on Lark.
That's like,
Heard.
that hurt.
like Hawk would have like, he's watching. He can't bring himself to look at her.
Mhm.
Because right now we're slowly feeling like our entire soul is being ripped out of our body, slowly. But as soon as like those hands like wrapped around Lark's ankles and pulled, he cried out, and like he'd have like, in all futility, like thrown himself backwards to try to grab, even though it does no good. Ooh. Are we panicking?
I mean, that seems pretty panicky.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably starting to panic. Because he'd have thrown himself backwards, and so I reckon he's looking at the ground now. And like our eyes, I mean, obviously he is frightened as well, so our eyes are just wide. We are starting to come unraveled. We are hanging on by that thread. And now he is probably fighting everything in him to not look at Patience.
Okay. As you were
Because
just fruitlessly digging into the bones and no hide or hair of Lark, as he is all that remains at this moment. It's just a scorch mark of where he stood.
couldn't
And
conveniently drop that vial of poison now, could you?
So wait.
yes,
Sorry. So she got a 23 on her insight.
Right.
It was a natural 20.
you hear in the back of your head almost like a hiss of a serpent. Just that, whether it's your own subconscious thought or something else, you don't
That's
know.
not a snake.
That's a bitch. You hear just if it sounds too good to be true, then it must be.
Yeah. Because Patience is looking at her, and then she's looking over to Lark, not Lark, sorry, Hawk, who is, they're both birds.
Like Lark is 86 right now.
Yeah. Looking over to Hawk, and it's just, get up.
Damn.
Take that leaf directly out of Jemmy's book, why don't you?
Yeah. Like, just get up. I have this speech. She's actually gonna try doing it.
Okay. What's your idea?
It is the inspiring leader feat.
Oh. Would you like to use that?
We got here, but teachers are not my favorite thing to do.
That's fair, and it's understandable. Do the best you can.
Too far to just stop now. I know this seems bleak, but you need to get up. And we have an idea, but it's a stupid one. How long has Lark been gone?
I'll say at this point it has been about 30 seconds.
Okay.
Yes.
She's holding something because she's waiting for Lark to come first.
She does not know that Lark's coming back.
Rouge, that's right. Sorry.
I only said that for the transparency of,
Okay.
of Lark, since...
Yeah.
So right here. What is this exactly?
What is what?
This.
That was a shrine, like a dais, where the egg was being kind of nested.
Is that a statue, though?
Yes, that is a statue. That's a statue that stands about 20 feet tall.
Cool. We have an idea. It's a stupid one.
Okay.
Yeah, the apple does not fall all far from the fucking tree.
We are spiting God today.
Yep, we are. Patience, not having any fear of God whatsoever, because Lark isn't there, is gonna stand right here.
Alright.
And is literally looking up at this avatar and is just like, I refuse to bow down to someone like you. And she's gonna cast telekinesis and fling her into the statue.
Oh shit.
All right.
Nice.
So,
Oh
Nice.
god.
what do I need to roll?
She has to do contesting strength.
Okay. Let's do that.
Fingers crossed. Fail. 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 Fail.
Oh,
Oh, don't you have
Alright.
to roll?
Do I have to roll what? Yeah, roll on your thing.
Today I will not root for the potted plant.
Strength.
What'd you get?
Not potted plant.
26.
Okay.
Like, yes,
So,
for once,
Yeah,
please don't turn into a potted plant.
and you rolled your thing?
Yeah, she got a 6 on the wild magic.
Okay, that's good. All right. So, she rolled a 17.
Oh,
Holy fuck. Yeah, she's because of her belt sniper, or it extends her, because normally it would be 30 feet, she can push her as far as 60 feet back. She is throwing her as far as she fucking can into this thing.
Okay, so let me roll.
Nice.
And hoping also possibly, because again, she doesn't know, maybe it's like a banishment thing. She doesn't know. She's hoping it also possibly drops her concentration to bring Lark back. That's what she's also
Would you
trying to
know
do.
what a banishment spell is? That is my question to you.
She doesn't know what banishment spell.
Okay. All right.
also, this definitely got Hawk up off his ass.
I would have said it probably also
So
triggers
everybody has
the.
17 HP of temporary HP.
Yay.
That's important to know.
Yeah.
17 temporary HP because of her inspiring HP.
Damn.
You said
Lark
17?
missed that speech.
DM, if you're cool with it, I would say that probably inspires him to do the thing that I sent you.
Okay.
As
So,
soon as she goes flying, Hawk like leapt up and is like tripping, falling, whatever the fucking over these skulls to try to get to Patience.
Yeah, and she's looking at him like, we need to go.
all right. So, what happens is she, like, before everybody starts jumping in at once, she flies back. She hits the statue. That statue crumbles.
Oh. No chance she got buried in that, huh?
Unfortunately, she will be getting back up. But as that's happening, you all scramble to your feet as Patience. As soon as you do that, next to, like, by your feet, a hand pushes through the skulls in the ground, and it is and it is battered and bloody and coiled with red ropes that have scorch marks along the fibers. You're going to need to roll me a strength. And as that's happening, Tarsius, that is when you kind of sequester everyone back. As I will say, you throw open the iron doors. Okay, 18. So that you start pulling him out, and you are small, but so you manage to get him up to his shoulders, and you see Lark's face, kind of like scorched, a little bit tinged with like some light burns, but nothing too serious, and wholly just, for the moment, unconscious. As when Tiamat gets flung into the statue. One sec.
Yeah.
Her court immediately jump to their feet. Yes, Hawk.
Well, sorry. If he's coming up out of the ground, once
Yes.
Hawk realizes that, he will also help.
Coming out.
Because we know that
No.
Patience cannot possibly pull that whole tiefling out of the ground.
Yeah.
All right. Which I'll say, with your strength score, you immediately pull him the rest of the way out.
Oh yeah, I drank that potion of fire giant strength.
Yep. Yes, you did.
Um,
Yes.
Sorry, not to.
Uh-huh.
She can concentrate up to 10 minutes on this, and she is keeping that telekinetic grip to keep her over there.
All right, does she have to keep rolling contesting strengths?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that.
Just ragdoll that bitch, please. Like a horror movie possession scene. Just.
All right, so that is a 19.
Shit, I gotta.
Mhm. She's still pinned. As she seethes with rage. And she barks out orders in Draconic. As she yells to her Abishai, her court, get the mask now.
Tarsius is raging, and when he does, he mindlessly rages, which means he is immune to being frightened anymore.
All right, so we are in a mindless rage as
Yeah.
you watch, as everyone watches as Tarsius' form just bulges with adrenaline, and you see that bit of froth kind of like froth out from like your nostrils.
And he's gonna
We are red-eyed and pissed.
step to where Nicodemus says, grab Nick and just push him to the side, like towards the door, and just grab his axe and just roar the mightiest Minotaur roar, just and just scream at everyone, and in Minotaur yell at Cordelia, run. And that's what he's doing. In his path, he grabbed the tail, moved her, and just is pushing everyone back, and is just gonna stay there until everyone leaves, and he's going to be the last person to run out. But he wants attention on him.
Got it.
Yeah, and if I can, he's gonna radiant action. If anyone comes at me within range, I'm gonna bonk them.
Got it. Okay. So, to simplify this, we're going to roll initiative. So let me get the turn order out. Let me grab everyone.
I'm sorry, everyone. She was too close to comfort.
No, you beat me by a turn or two. I think everyone had a plan already.
You did your dad proud. He would be absolutely fucking mortified that you just did that.
Yep.
But
He would have done this shit in his youth too, let's be real.
exactly. Pot meet kettle. Patience
Like I
meet
said,
coal.
that branch does not fall far from that fucking tree. Pretty certain the snake was on the branch, so.
All right, let's roll. It's the part where I gotta roll all these dice. First, let me roll for you. My guy.
Your guy?
My guy. My dude. My good bitch.
My sloppy bitch.
Wait, oh, is Patience not there?
No, she's
No, she is. I see her.
where?
Yeah, scroll up. I shit you not, she's there.
Oh,
On top of Tarsius.
Mm-hmm.
That's her usual spot.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting on his head. All right, let me roll for this motherfucker. Yeah, that's what I expected for you. You get rid of that.
Bless.
Hold on, I'm still rolling. All right, All right, bitch. All right, bitch. I know your plan of action now.
And I got
Damn.
eaten.
Damn. Oh no. All right. So y'all are doing the most for me right now. Jesus. Yeah, he deserves to. He's on the board. He thinks he deserves to. He thinks he deserves to be top of the initiative. Yep. That is very true. Okay. Hold on. I'm still rolling. I'm telling you, this is not the best rolls right now.
That's okay.
That's fine. Perfect.
All right, next. I can't roll over a fucking 15 for these guys.
It's okay. I didn't roll above
We
15
got all these
either.
fucking tabs open too. Damn. What did you have for this? Okay, so you 9. All right, and then I need you, and I need you. How many? Fucking Abishai, why'd I gotta do all 5? You
I
fucking.
don't know. Why did you?
Because I was following a theme.
It's terrifying. Thank you.
Yeah, because remember the last time y'all fought all 5 at once.
You know.
That's and last but not least is Greenie. You have a +3 to your thing. Oh my god.
Did they all roll like 9s and 8s?
Yeah, they did.
Jesus.
Yep. Alright, now let me roll for.
Back the white one.
Let me roll for the bitch herself.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1.
Shut up. Shut up.
Natural one.
Nice guys.
Watch it be not 20.
Yeah, out of spite. It was okay, that's what that is. So this is where I say my bad, y'all.
Oh
Holy
my
fuck.
god.
If
So
only that 20.
And then
Mm-hmm.
alright, and then is Lynn present?
I thought Lark was unconscious.
I mean he is, I just need to know if Lynn is present. If
I'm,
not, because I
Physically, yes.
Yes.
Mentally, no.
that's fair. Okay, would you like to roll initiative for Lark?
He got a 2.
Oh
Buddy.
He can still roll death saves. I mean,
So I will say at this point, Lark, you have been pulled back into the material world.
Just out of curiosity, did he see this down there?
No, because this is Avernus, so
Oh, okay.
unfortunately not. You saw a bridge that has a sign that says "To the city of Dis, 666 miles."
Disneyland.
This way to Dis.
this way.
Disneyland, welcome
This
home.
way to Disneyland. Like lost
But
kobolds
yeah,
with the map.
did see like you see like a line of kobolds with like a little like tour group flag and like waving each other over. So
One of them's wearing
no.
a bucket on its head.
Yep. Okay. So, so you were in Avernus, so you would have kind of gotten the whole of it, where you see the layout of it, and you would have seen a bridge that leads off towards where. Since you are in hell, you feel like you kind of like feel that all-encompassingness of it, and know that is the way that leads to the second layer. Congratulations on starting your journey through Dante's Inferno. So
Excellent.
good for you,
Yes, we
buddy.
won.
Good for you.
Dream vacation.
We'll hit layer 9 in no time. We're gonna speed run it. So good luck. All right. So let me move to this. because we are now in initiative. So what happens is Tarsius goes into a mindless rage. He steps forward, tells everyone to run, having already thrown open the iron doors behind you, as he is looking to take all the attention off of you and solely focus on him. As Tiamat had shouted to her own companions, employees, if you will, followers, to get the mask. So she does, and I'm gonna have her do that right now.
Contesting.
All right,
Holy shit!
what'd you get?
20,
A natural.
And she rolled another 19. Okay,
It's angry, but I'm not going to.
but is this constituted as a saving throw? Important vernacular needed.
It's a chat.
So no, she cannot use her legendary resistance on this. Because legendary resistance specifically says fails a saving throw. And I'm going to stick with that. So
Okay.
she cannot move right now. So, but what she can do is, as she is screaming, she will yell out a string of dialect it's in Infernal, and it kind of sounds a bit like nonsense, like almost like she's chanting something, like in a ritualistic means, where something like it's like says something to the akin of from flesh to bone to dust to flesh again, and yada yada yada. So, and what that does is the bones on the ground shift as if something is kind of moving under it. And you watch as these large, claw-like, bony hands pull their way out of the ground.
I
Of course.
hate those.
As you see these these big ass bone devils pull their way out of essentially their nest. And she issues her orders to them. And I gotta roll their initiative. 1 minute.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1.
Alright, now I gotta get the fucking stats that I forgot. Bam.
That.
Okay, what's the first speaking of them out of curiosity? Because patience understands draconic and infernal.
She said, "Get the mask."
Great.
Of
She
course,
would point at you, but she can't move. So. Alright, what do we roll?
she can sense it. Her spidey senses are tingling.
Alright, and we rolled. So let me fix that real quick. There we are. Alright. So that is her turn. Top of the round after Tiamat is Cordelia. What are we doing?
They said run, so
Mm-hmm.
she's just gonna go this way, walk that way, and she will tell people to run as well. But she will not. She's not gonna go out the door because
Okay.
she's gonna be second to last.
All right.
She's not leaving without brother.
Are you holding an action or doing anything specific?
I'll just use my action to dodge.
Dodge. Okay. Sounds good.
Hard to hit.
Fast as fuck, boy. Fast as fuck. All right. Patience. What are we doing?
Misty step, yo.
You leaving the room?
Oh yeah, she's.
All right. What is the range on your? What's your range?
60, because
All right. Hate to pull the ruler on you. Okay, so once you're out the door, that connection is going to cut because you will be out of range.
She still is concentrating. Something that she can still do.
Okay, so is there a range to your to how far you can hold it? Because if it's 60 feet, once you're out the door, the concentration's gone.
Yeah, concentration will be gone.
Okay.
Well, on her, she still will have the spell, but it's off of her.
So, meaning what?
She's still going to be concentrating, I guess, on telekinesis. Just it's not affecting the avatar.
Okay. So you had moved outside of range.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
She's moving 60 feet with the whatchamacallit, and then 60 feet with the fucking hell word Misty Step.
Okay.
And then her full movement that she can take.
Okay, so
60 feet.
as you step outside the door, you will see the gate appear again with the scanner on the other side. As he is looking very frantic, just like, what the hells did you just do?
Did he need closed captioning? Was he not watching?
Fair enough.
Same though.
All right, so if you spend your full movement, you will end up into the other area. So let me put you here. I'm gonna get rid of you here and gone. Okay. Next, Hawk. What are we doing?
We are torn.
Oh, good. That was the next question.
We're gonna. Yeah, we're gonna blow it. He's gonna use his last bonus action to Giant's Might.
All right.
And he's got his fancy shield up.
Okay. All right. So we're
Um,
Giants mining it. So
We're your big boy now.
All right.
And he is going to hold his attack
Okay.
so in case anybody attacks, but he is going to slowly back up into the other two and kind of make himself a shield.
Got it. Okay.
And yeah, he'll hold on to his attack if anybody makes a move to attack the people that are still in the room or our allies, he will hit them if he can hit them.
Okay. So in that case, we are moving in as you watch as. So in a kind of a change of tone for a moment, Hawk, you look at these bone devils that have just crawled out of the floor, and you look at these at these huge devilish creatures with like these spiny like crowns and like these sharp jagged like spines that go down their arms and their backs with this long whip like scorpion tail, and then sprouting from their backs are these large gossamer like wings. And for a brief moment, almost in like a pocket of insanity, your brain clicks back to a conversation you had with your friend stranger, who was lamenting about how these damn bone fairies keep stealing his job. And you're like, oh, that must be the bone fairy.
Like,
As-
I hate these.
As their wings like immediately like thrum and like make this like low droning like insect noise as it
Ugh.
flies its way towards you. Yep. With its claws like extended and ready to slash at you. As this one is going to fly towards you, and it's going to take 2 attacks. Excuse me, 3 attacks. I misread. 3 attacks. So, 1, 2, twice with its claws, 1 with its stinger. Unfucking believable. Okay, so first attack is going to be. Math is hard. It's going to be a 20 to hit. Does that hit? If it doesn't, then I have great news for you. Hawk, are you there? Did we lose Hawk?
Bing bing Hawk.
Can you?
Oh,
I don't know what just happened. It wouldn't it said that I was still on voice.
that's weird. Did you hear any of that?
No, but I couldn't hear anything, and I'm like, I can't hear anybody.
Okay, so the bone fairy, flew its way towards you, and it
Great.
attacked 3 times, twice with its claws, 1 with its stinger. And I ask you, does a 20 hit?
No, it does not, because he has his fancy
So
shield
I have
up.
great news for you.
Oh boy!
That means the other 2 attacks do not hit because that was the highest roll it had.
Great. No, that does not hit his fancy shield from a certain someone's beloved brother.
Uh-huh. So you watch as this thing like rushes you at such a fast speed, and in an instinct you throw your platinum shield up, and you feel its claws glance across the metal of the shield, and it makes a sound that's akin to like raising the hairs on the back of your neck, but at the same time the metal just kind of vibrates with this kind of song-like quality. And for a brief moment, you swear that in that noise you hear a voice to you. As you hear this old, ancient-sounding voice that kind of thrums in your chest like thunder. Have the strength and temperament to do what I could not.
Oh God.
Your sister's soul now belongs to the Dragon Queen. You must find the mercy to save yourself.
Hawk retorting to it like, save myself or kill her.
So
Please.
let's see. Oh, right there. Okay. All right, Tarsius. So you guys are the front runners. This one's gunning in for you. So
All right.
let me roll his 3 attacks.
And I only
Let's
rolled
see.
1 attack.
Holy fuck. Okay. So does a 21 hit?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I'm gonna great weapon master it. I was waiting to make sure. I know I can't do 2 attacks,
That's
but I can do
great
weapon master.
because that was his highest roll, which means the other 2 are going to miss. So here's what's going to happen. You are going to, because this was his last attack. So the same thing happens where the wings start, making this awful droning noise as it flies towards you, kind of scattering the bones on the ground. and it swings wide with its claws once and twice, but then you catch the claws with the shaft of your axe, and then you toss that one aside, and then the same with the second one, and right when you feel like you have a rhythm, the stinger sneaks in from the side and gores you.
Ew. Did he make
So,
a con
and
check?
What?
Did he need to make a con check?
Yes, please.
Yeah. That is
Let me roll the
a
damage.
21 Constitution.
That is absolutely a success.
Cool. Yay. Yay.
Bless.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
I need to put out a calculator.
What's the number? So that is going to be that's going to be 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And now let me roll the poison.
Okay. The poison I do not have. I take all of that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be 12 points of poison.
Okay. Yay.
So you kind of steel yourself, like sucking in a breath against the pain of the sting, and then you just feel this burn in your side as the wound is starting to fester.
Owie. Does a 19 hit?
19 just hits.
Oh, yay. Cool. Yay. Then that's gonna be... 16... 24 points of slashing damage since my great weapon hit.
All right. Excelente. Good.
Owie.
Ah,
I have to ask,
Yes.
your axe, is it magical?
Yes, it is.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I needed to know.
the
Yes.
if
Yes.
it is too late, it is too late.
Yeah, what's up?
But I was holding action until we got attacked.
Absolutely, yeah. Go ahead and roll your action. Roll it.
And I forgot.
Oops.
Okay.
I
So
mean,
he
your
will
computer took a shit, so.
It did.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. So he's just going to take his 3 attacks with his fancy soul lives sealing sword.
So,
Okay.
don't want to rules lawyer that, but I did look it up. You only get 1 attack with the readied actions.
Okay.
Even
That's
if,
fine.
yeah, because I was wanting to make sure I could do my both the attacks, but you only get 1, unfortunately.
It doesn't really matter because it was a 12. So
Oh.
I'm assuming that definitely didn't hit.
No, it did not.
Okay.
You say you got a little distracted by the voice in your head.
Right? He was swinging like, wait, what?
Hello?
Who rang?
God?
God, are you there? And I will say, since you guys are on the front lines, once Patience disappears through that door, you watch as it looks like Tiamat has stopped fighting against
Okay.
these invisible restraints that were holding her.
Oh, okay.
All right, so next, it's Homeboy's turn.
Mm.
So. All right, so his movement will get him here. And unless
That's too close.
Lark or Cordelia, if anyone's going to stop him, he is going to run right past you. Is anyone going to stop him or no?
I want Lark to try to trip him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little bit out of range to
Okay, that's fair.
do anything.
All right. You know what? Roll me a. I'm trying to think where to constitute that as. You know what? Let's call it a sleight of hand, since you're kind of trying to do it on the down low.
Flat of foot.
Sleight of foot. There you go.
He's literally
Slide of
sliding his foot.
Exactly. Roll for sleight of foot.
12.
Alright, let me roll his dex. I swear to God, if you roll anything lower than...
Roll a 1, please.
Okay. Hey, don't look at my rolls. I saw that. No, ma'am.
Gonna get the spray
partition here.
bottle.
He's gonna get a spray gun. No.
So you stick your foot out to trip him. He doesn't fall, but he is gonna. His foot is going to catch into your ankle, and he's going to stumble to a halt, like right in front of you.
Excellent.
As he just kind of looks at you. Honestly, that's exactly where we're at. We're like, did you just trip me?
Can I do anything? What do you with him right in front of me?
You know what? I'll take the sleight of foot as a bonus action since you just slid your foot out. That
I'd
doesn't
like to
take a lot of
punch him
effort.
in the face.
Just get that glass jawed bitch. Lay him out.
Sure. Go ahead. You have a staff, just by the way. You can use that too if you want.
Yeah, he's gonna be holding his staff like while his fist is in like that ball, and then just smack him like with his fist while holding the staff. Like
Okay.
a brass knuckle almost.
Jesus. All right. Go ahead.
He's a criminal. He knows what's going on.
Absolutely. All right.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
a 17.
That okay. That'll hit. Oh, my light went out. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for that. So you, because he was so startled by that stumble, he turns to look at you, and he's about to say something, and you just full on whack him in the jaw. So go ahead and roll me your unarmed strike.
Lark said I don't want to hear it.
Lark knows to sell out when he sees one.
Right.
5.
Yeah, that's very good, actually.
Hit those
Okay.
teeth.
Crack.
Crack. All right. So I'll let that be a thing, and then Severin, just you know, this would just be easier if you yielded. You've seen the full power of what my goddess can do.
It's gonna be really funny. My turn.
Who's he talking to? All of us?
He's talking to you. He's talking to you, Lark, specifically, since you just punched him in the face.
Oh, okay.
I literally just imagine Lark turning around like, who the fuck are you talking to? Is someone behind me or?
Do you have the audacity? Like,
You're like, who? This guy? This fucking guy? All right, he's going to take his action to reach out and try to cast Inflict Wounds. Let's burn that slot. Let's see if it connects. Okay. Lark, does a 26 hit?
yes.
Okay.
I'd like to burn a reaction.
What's your reaction?
Lark's just like, stop, you're making me all horny. Pain
And that's
Lark,
when-
you don't worship that god.
And that's when Hawk's like, excuse me?
Excuse me, my
And that-
attention.
Oh, that's what does it
Say
for
that
you.
out loud.
Okay.
He does not say that out loud.
Something twitchy.
Okay.
He would have said something akin to like, I'd rather suffer 1,000 deaths than.
Okay. He says something
Whatever
much
you're
cooler.
Hawk
All this pain and suffering. Oof.
Yeah.
Hawk burns that reaction with his cloud rune.
Okay.
So Lark is within 30 feet of me, so I can use my reaction to choose a different creature for that attack
Okay.
to hit.
So,
And-
how does this work for, say, if it's a touch spell?
It just says if you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is hit by an attack roll.
Okay.
All
right. I'll flavor this. Okay, I got you. So.
And he'd hit the bone devil that is
Got
beating
it.
up on Tarsius.
All right. So Lark, you say that incredibly cool line of "I'd rather suffer 1,000 more deaths in Avernus than ever, yield to your, god." And Severin will say, "Then suffer 1,000 more." And he's going to grab you by the face, and right as you feel the charge of that spell connect, immediately you watch as the magic around his hand kind of breaks away, reconstitutes, and you see Hawk's cloud rune activate as kind of like the weave around that spell kind of like restrings into that specific rune. And then I gotta roll damage for this guy. Wow, that dice was spinning for a while. Oof! Wow, that would have been fun. So, the 40 points of necrotic damage that would have hit you is immediately transferred to the Bone Devil that is facing off with Tarsius. So,
Oh, it's my birthday.
it'd be great if Roll20 added a feature where if you just put the number in, it already does the automatic addition.
I think if you
We
do
have the
minus that number, it does subtract it.
Oh, well, I don't feel like doing that. A lot of work.
Too much work.
I don't do subtractions, sir. I do additions.
Of course.
I was about to say, do you add it
combined.
until it's
I do.
the same
I do
number?
add.
Oh, then
It's so much fucking easier for me.
Yes, and then if you
Yeah.
do plus, then it'll do the same thing. But yeah, whatever.
That requires me to actually put the health in the thing,
Yeah,
and I don't do that.
No, of course,
Extra steps, sir.
Too many
But
steps.
I appreciate it.
Too many steps.
All right.
And it's simplified.
So you watch as that spell just like shockwaves through this bone devil, and you watch as it like coughs this like black ichor from its mouth, as you watch like these like necrotic like cuts and like decay like lance across its body, and it's looking rough. So you watch as that spell completely backfires. Next is the White Abishai. So it is flying its way towards you, Tarsius, since you're right there, to assist his, not, I wouldn't call him a friend, they're more like co-workers, colleagues even.
They like exchange that awkward nod every once in a while.
Yeah, that awkward nod when you like walk into the building, and then like by the third day you're like, should I keep doing this or just like ignore them completely? Okay, so this fella is going to go ahead and do a multi-attack with his long sword. So as he pulls his, because he's from down under, he's from hell, so he's got to have an Aussie accent. Ha ha ha! Ha! Get it?
Get it.
That's why Dis has an off-brand Aussie accent.
That's exactly why.
He's like, I'm from down under, mate.
It's like you knew
Does
my
he
plan
ask
the whole
people how
time.
does he ask people how you going instead of how you doing?
How going?
How you going?
Probably.
How you going?
How you going?
It also explains why his favorite word is what it is.
Hey.
That's just a term of endearment to him.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
He calls his children that.
I guarantee he probably
Yes,
calls
he does.
Sybil that.
Until told not to.
That's his. Yeah. All right. So first attack is going to be do. Oh my god. Okay, so the highest I rolled was a 13.
Oh, think the DMs. Yeah, that misses.
Okay, so that's what he did. Next is the blue fella. Blue fella is going to fly over here to Hulk.
Blue double die.
And this blue fella is going to do something when I find his stats. Okay. And he has a quarterstaff, and he is going to make an attack with it. All Kung Fu Panda style. Okay. So let me roll his attacks. Yes, 2 attacks. Okay. Don't want to miss a surprise third one. No. Are you kidding me? Okay, that's funny. So, first attack, first fucking... Okay, so first attack is going to miss because he only rolled a 14. However, on the rebound from what would have been you blocking that attack, he kind of doubles down, does a little flourish with the quarterstaff, and his next one he rolled a natural 20 with. So, he roll his...
Who did
That
he
be
hit?
A 20, Hawk.
Okay.
So that'll be a 28 to hit.
That'll hit.
So let me roll that damage. So that is Where is my D8? Of course. That is going to be 12 points of bludgeoning damage. That's just
Okay.
going to block you on the one part of your body that's not armored.
I feel like he missed that first one, and Hawk was like, ha! And then,
And then he like whacks you straight on the head with it.
yeah, Hawk was ready to be like, you missed! And then before he could even fucking get it out of his mouth, the guys knocked him out. Or knocked him one. He's been humbled.
Kind of bit your tongue a little, and now you just feel a little stupid.
Ew. That fucking hurt.
All right. So red guy is going to rush his way over, and he's going to help Tiamat to her feet.
Kiss ass.
His queen. I don't know, right? That's why he's the highest ranking.
No.
That's his mommy. He's gotta.
I didn't know red dragons could have brown noses.
Apparently. And then ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Okay. So he did the hip action. So that happens. And she's gonna basically kind of slap his hand away once she helps him out.
Wow.
Said, "Get going." And we're gonna get a little bit of a yes, ma'am. 20 got him here, so that means he's going to fly out. No. Put him right here. All right, Tarsius.
Okay, I'm gonna
It's your turn,
do
mate.
a thing. I'm gonna look at Hawk and be like, just be fast. I'm gonna turn around and to flavor it, I'm gonna disengage. And
Okay.
to flavor the disengage, can my tail hit all 3 of them and just be wagging around to distract them?
Sure.
And is Severin in that specific square?
Yes, he is in that specific square.
Okay. I am going to step here, pick up my sister, pick up the priest. So that was an action. Movement. I'm going to action surge to give myself an additional action, and I'm going to do that to make an attack. So since I have multi-attack, that's 2 attacks, right? The first one is going to be a goring rush, and the second one is going to be an overrun. So I'm going to trample him as I'm hitting him and just knock him on his ass. So first I'm rolling to attack, and then he has to compete against an athletics check against me. And if he fails, he's prone on the ground, and I successfully ran through him.
Okay.
That's
All
the
right.
intention.
He's about to have a real bad day.
Yeah, honestly. Okay, roll your things.
Okay. As long as Cordelia nor, because player agency, as long as Cordelia nor Lark resists me picking them up, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So Goring Rush is a +9. Ah man, 15. I don't know if that hits.
15 does not hit.
Okay. Well, that sucks. So I don't do any damage, but I'm still going to try to overrun him. So I'm still plowing through. So that is a contesting athletics check. Let's see if I knock him on his ass.
All right. Let me roll that contesting athletics.
All right, you failed me. Don't do it again.
So that is going to be a dirty 20.
Yeah, no, that failed me. That is a 17.
Okay.
Oh wait, I have advantage because I'm raging. Ha ha ha.
That is important. You should roll that.
Then, that is a dirty 20.
So they meets.
Yes.
Meets it meets. So I will tip towards the player for that one. As there is, we'll rule it like this. So you run in, your horns brandished and everything, and in that moment he takes his and I believe he has a shield. Do you have a shield? So please tell me you have a shield. I could have sworn I gave you one. Aha! I did give you one. Okay, so he raises his shield, and your horns connect with his, and there's that brief moment where you're like, well, this guy's really strong. He's really strong for a twig.
For a little twig, you're kind of beefy. Boop.
And like, there's like that moment where like the sparks kind of glance off your horns, and he holds for a brief second, and then with your rush, you push through him. You don't run him over precisely, but you just bang him into the door, like into like the door frame itself, and he just kind of buckles.
Okay.
Like with the wind knocked out of him.
Like, you should be nice! And then, with my friends in my hands, I'm going to 5, 10... So, I have 34 feet of movement, and then running 30 feet down the hallway, towards
Alright, so you will...
everybody else.
Okay, so you collect the smalls, because Hawk is a giant right now.
Yes, that's correct.
So for Cordelia and Lark, if you would like to be grabbed into big strong arms and ran down the hallway, that will happen.
Action search used up.
Okay.
It's not that I'm contesting it, but as soon as I get grabbed, it's more of a the sister brother bond. Or like, oh, I know what he's planning, so I'm basically like, as soon as he grabs me, I will maneuver myself around to his back.
Oh,
so you Legolas flip
I
onto
was
his
gonna
shoulders.
say the exact same thing.
Yeah. So he has a free arm. So he has a free arm to flavor it.
Roll me
that's
acrobatics
how he
for that.
attacked. Okay, well, that's a base 17. If you want my plus, I think acrobatics is plus something.
Yeah, I mean, for extra.
Acrobatics
flourish.
is plus 8. So
All
that's
right, so
23.
You successfully do the Legolas vault onto your brother's shoulders.
No, it's 25. Yeah. Boop. So
All right,
he has a
and
free
so-
hand.
All right, so Hawk, you see Tarsius just cheese it with the other two.
Cool.
And Tarsius, you run out the door, and then about another 20 feet down, you see the gate where Patience is standing on the other side with Iskander, and she's just kind of shrugging like, I don't know.
Can I also use a burner reaction as we ran?
Sure.
I will just tell Hawk to, like, please catch up. That's it.
All right. So, with that, we're going to get this fella to, and I will put you, and you. Bop. Up over there.
I'm like, with
Wait.
that, all of this shit is about to fucking hurt it.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, you had that temporary 17.
Oh yeah, hold on.
All right, so this guy. All right, he is going to gun it to you, Hawk. He's going to make his swings. His 3 attacks because he's special.
A special boy.
He's a special boy. He's just faster, I guess. All right, so twice with his scimitar and 1 time with his teeth. So, yeah, I know, how unsanitary. All right, so 11 for the first attack.
Nope.
And for the next one is a 20.
Nope.
And the second one is going to be a 20 again. So he's going to go swing, and then he lunges forward, like maw outstretched, as he's going to try to clamp onto your neck, Hawk. And with that, you just kind of like backhand him away with like kind of like the flat side of your sword. And if you want to say something quippy, you may, because I know you're thinking it.
Sydney is, yes. Right now, Hawk is like, I might be done opening my big fat mouth for the rest of my life. Might.
Hawk, that's the hottest thing you've ever said.
Well, is it a city that you went there?
It's like casting silence on Benny. All right. Next is the pseudo dragon Nelvik's turn, and he is going.
Did you say his name is Melvin?
Nelvik.
Nelvik.
Not Melvin. Nelvik.
I heard Melvin. I'm like, what the fuck kind of name is Melvin?
I mean, we've got Sedan.
We do have
That's
Sedan.
True.
So, Hawk, what is your perception? Your passive perception.
Not great. 13.
13. All right, and I mean he's a small creature, so it's not like you were tracking him to begin with.
Nope.
But he is gone.
Great.
So, all right. Now it's Green Boy's turn. Woof. Like, we are stacked.
Yep. That's why I was like, this is gonna hurt.
Alright, so I'm going to need you to make me. Ooh. You're gonna need to make me a wisdom save.
No, why?
Because he is casting confusion.
Great.
So as he just kind of like flies up like a couple feet off the ground, and he kind of like touches two fingers to his head, and then he like points the other one at you, and you feel this like it almost like these claws are digging into your brain and just pulling. So
That was a 15. Thank God.
that is a fail.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And
Okay.
we are going to. Okay. So you are just assaulted with like these unending like illusions of like Avernus and hell and like visions of your, friends and family just being twisted and reformed into draconic abominations. And oh, hold on. Oh, I just realized something.
Hmm?
It is a radius effect.
Oh, shoot.
Oh.
So everyone that's around you
Also
hold
gets
on.
the.
Let me see a thing. Let me see a thing, because he might have done, and I'm gonna stick to this because he decided it, and that's what's happening.
Steve from accounting.
That wasn't Steve from accounting. That was we're gonna. Oh, he's right there. Yep, that's happening.
Get him.
So let me roll some wisdom saves. Let me roll one for you. Wait, I need to do it this way. Alright, so that's a pass for Severin.
Boo.
And I just did a general roll for everyone else. And Mr. Blue has a... That is a fail. So, you... Alright, that was a fail. Got Gabashai. That is also a fail. He, you know, sometimes we do these things to ourselves.
Hmm.
What? Also a fail. Wait, you. And now you. And Big Bony Boys are also... Well, hold on. Let's see. What did I roll again? Also a fail. So I realized that I rolled a single digit, so that was... We're not surviving this unless we have like a plus 15 to our thing. Okay. And then also Hawk. So you are all hit with this confusion spell. And so we're going to see what that means for you when we come back around. Or, you know, better yet, to expedite, I'm going to roll the d10 now.
Great.
So, just to keep things trucking. All right, so that is... This will be hilarious if this actually works out this way.
Oh boy.
Okay, that's how it works. So, Hawk, at the start of your next turn,
Mhm.
like, you are just reeling with this, like, confusion spell. Like, the room is spinning, and you are just being assaulted by these, like, tormentuous, like, visions. And
Mhm.
you were going to run away from the caster, specifically through the door, and you're going to keep running.
Running up that hill.
Yep.
That makes sense.
So that's what's going to happen,
How fortuitous.
right?
Run
So,
through
it's
the
now-
That's assuming that he
hill.
lives that long.
We'll find out. We're gonna find out, because so you are going to be you cannot take any reactions, and
I don't have one right now anyway.
okay, well, at the end of each of your turns, you will be making a wisdom save to see if y'all be making wisdom saves to see if you can shake it.
He will be confused for the rest of his life.
Fair enough. All right. So, Miss Nolene.
I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
I mean, your man's out the door right now, but
I don't think he'd like you calling him that.
all right, we are going to... she is going to go ahead and sign a glyph in her hands, and I'm going to need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, sir. Mr. Hawk.
Okay. That is a 22.
She's being a little bit more Okay, so that is a save.
Yay!
So you're going to take half as much.
No, I'm
As
not.
she
Shield
was
Master.
casting Shatter, and she was doing it in a way to only affect you. So
Shield Master feat. No damage.
On you cannot do that, though. You are confused.
Oh, don't have. Ah, that's fair.
Aw.
You got me this time.
I got you this time. Fuck off. All right.
Give me the damage.
All right. What's your damage? Let's find
How
out.
big was the ouchie?
I mean, you're taking half, so don't worry none.
Just because I felt like it fit. I put running up that hill on my Spotify to have that playing.
All right. So you are going to take 8 points of thunder. Yes, thunder damage.
Oh, hold
And
on,
double
hold on,
check
hold
was
on, hold
correct.
on. Does the thingy not? Oh, I have resist. No, that's lightning damage. Never mind. Okay,
Yeah, I had to double check that.
okay. I'm like, wait, the shield. Ugh. Okay. Ow. Now I wanna for shits and giggles, and you can tell me no.
Okay.
But thunder scary, thunder big, thunder boom, thunder sobering. Am I still confused, or did that like, oh shit?
Roll me. You know what? Let's. Yeah, let's roll that. Let's roll that wisdom save.
That was a natural 1 for a 0.
Your bell's still ringing.
Great.
All right, now.
Like I said, confused for the rest of his life. Oh boy.
So, here's what's going to happen. And I'm going to roll something for this too. So, we are going to stand up. We're standing up, and she is seething. She is angry. Her wings are flared, and you watch as she draws in a breath.
Big mad.
And when she exhales, there is going to be a multicolored cone of energy that just flares out through the whole room.
Oh. We're throwing a fit.
We are. So we're going to need a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
And let me roll my percentiles.
Do I have?
Why did I roll that twice? That is silly.
And this is based on sight.
Yes, this is happening. Okay. All right. This is interesting.
Cool. That's an 18 because he has advantage because of the robe of eyes.
So that is a fail.
Great. Fantastic.
But how does your shield master feat work again? Just out of curiosity.
So. Where is it? Shield master. Where is it? For real. There it is. That's not the shield master I want. Where? Please. If an effect allows for half damage on success, you can use your reaction to take no damage.
All right. So in terms of failed saves?
It doesn't make any difference.
All right. So let me go ahead and
I don't have a reaction anyway because it's not my turn yet.
that's fair. But here's what's going to happen. So this is going to throw its way across. This is something that is going to fill the entire room.
Right.
And when that happens, all right. So you are looking bad. You are also Not looking great. Okay. Let's see, which are the ones? You and you and yeah, just you two. Okay. This guy and this guy and bam, wabam, and wabam. As this massive wave just floods the entire room, and you smell fire, and it's hot, it's cold, it's burning your skin at the same time and choking you and causing your joints to lock. But in that moment where you are kind of encompassed by all of this, your shield arm moves for you. And you're only going to take half damage.
I was about to say, because he has resistance to all of the things.
So that, so the half is 36.
All right.
Okay. All right, so. And then you hear that same single voice, like, kind of like almost like a bird whistle. Like, it's clear in your head as your mind is just reeling in torment from this confusion spell. And you just hear, run.
Say less, fam.
And it is your turn.
Say less.
Yeah, he'll kind of take a step back and like towards the door, and he'll look back at not Helene.
Okay.
And like he breathed, like he takes a deep breath in and just like nods. And then yeah, he ducks out of the door. We're running.
All right, so we run, and you
He is
clear.
going to dash.
Yeah, so you dash, you run, you see the gate, you run straight through it where everybody is waiting, they're catching their breath. And as you pass through the gate, like just by a hair's breadth, the moment that you are clear, that gate closes. And you are now back in the control room as I'm trying to find a little guy. There he is. Okay. Let's let me throw you guys here. As the last thing you saw, Hawk, as that gate was closing, was you see Nolene struggling to her feet, the fur of her body completely burned off. She's completely scarred and choking on fumes and vomiting blood as she's standing up trying to get a handle on the sword that's at her hip. You see Severin, who's also just as burned, but still a little better than most, as he's also pulling himself to his feet, and they are staggering towards you, and then the gate closes. So, let me move to here. Let me get there. As the sounds of battle just cease, and you're left there standing numb, scared, traumatized. Iskander at the controls, his hands are shaking, his eyes are wide. What just happened?
We need to go.
Right. Okay. And he starts kind of like putting his hands over the runes, like touching different ones, and you see the images in the mirrors start to shift as where to?
Fastest way out.
You are in a control room where he is able to summon gates to locations that are scryed through these mirrors. Just to remind everyone that this is what happened last time.
So, any
You see images of the plane of water. You see images of a city made of iron burning in the distance, but the image itself seems to be blurred, as if intentionally trying to obscure from the scrying spell.
Shit looks back over at everybody. Waterdeep?
Is that the plan?
I'm just gonna look at Cordelia and be like, I would say close to our uncles. They have experience with this. I'm really tired. My muscles ache a lot.
Okay, so let me go ahead and roll for this.
Whatever the closest dimensional portal
what-
to
As
there.
close as you can get. All right, I'm going to take that exactly as you meant it. So,
Right by their nose.
he's like, okay, sure. And he's going to kind of like focus in, and you see the city of Waterdeep appear within the main mirror. And as the city of Waterdeep appears, you feel the room once again shake with a violent tremor. And you hear the loudest, most guttural scream just rip through this entire building. And it's a feral, beastly sound that kind of brings all of your hairs on end, as you know it is only coming from one entity. As you have just escaped with something that she wants. And as the view of Waterdeep comes into a clear scene, he's going to do the gate, and the gate starts to appear. And just as the gate appears, Iskander's like, all right, time to go. Let's go. And you guys run through the gate, and he's going to kind of like hold concentration on the spell, and he runs for it. And you all run through. And the second you run through, you hear a muffled explosion from the other side of that gate. And if you all turn, you will see Iskander run towards you. And then you see the tower collapse in on itself, and the gate severs.
Oh.
And you will find yourselves standing. Specifically on a street in Waterdeep, in front of a house that you all have been to, you recognize. It's not it's Cordelia, Tarsius, it is not your uncle's tavern. Unfortunately, that was not as close as he could get you, as he didn't know your uncles like that.
Mm-hmm.
You just said uncles, and he's like, and you are in the upper district of Waterdeep. Let me get your minis on the map real quick, and since we are at time, we are almost through. Let me just get you on this scene. So, hold on. You guys are all grouped here. Let me just grab y'all. Yoink. See.
Everybody grab your exit buddy.
Do you have your exit buddy? Great. All right. Excellent. You guys are on the map. All right. As you are going to appear in front of this very nice, stately home with.
Oh, great.
No, don't jump the gun yet. All right. As we are here at a certain hobgoblin's home, as you see these, despite it being in the midst of winter, you see these rose bushes and like a small garden kind of holding its own, surprisingly well, still green. The rest of the grass dried around it. You now see a nice horse-pulled wagon sitting kind of in a what would be a driveway as you are standing in front of one of the new members of the Council of Waterdeep, a Mr. Donovan Ladrona.
Nice.
And that is where we're going to end for tonight, as you guys are standing there, shaken, covered in soot, grime, blood, battered.
Existential crisis.
Existential crisis. Some of you have seen hell. Some of you have, in a way, witnessed your own. As Patience holds the blue dragon mask currently. And you have left a very upset Queen of Dragons back in Termish.
Yeah.
So, that is where we're going to end it for tonight. And we will pick this up in 2 weeks as you guys are in front of your buddy Donnie's house. As it looks like it's been fixed up quite a lot. It looks a lot nicer, a lot more refurbished. Cleaned up, has its own, maintaining its own biosphere for its garden. So you can't be touched by the winter chill, because God forbid Connie loses her flowers, otherwise she's going to lose her whole goddamn mind. Like, her garden is her life. Anyway, so, with that, thank you all for playing, thank you guys for watching, and we'll pick this up again in 2 weeks. So, alright, nighty night, y'all.
Night, everybody.
Night.
No, no.